Flashes echo its binding. It's so cold. The voices linger always, clean, always close. Another day, another war hits me and me against the world. When all the praise turns into scorn, piece by piece the flesh is torn. I held pride high and used it as a sword to survive. My title is A Measure to Balance Pride. My school taught me how to present theses, not sermons, so I'm used to present an argument, then address the opposition. Also, I love poetry, so this will be a mixture of all. So how does one balance pride? There are two kinds of pride, both good and bad. Good pride represents our dignity and self-respect. Bad pride is the deadly sin of superiority that reeks of conceit and arrogance, quoted by John C. Maxwell. I attended Cedar Tree Classical Christian School for most of my life. It was a great school. I loved the people, the teachers, the education it provided, and along with the critical thinking. Unfortunately, because of my learning style, it was hard for me to keep up in certain subjects, such as languages and math. By the time you graduate for your diploma in Cedar Tree, you would have 6 years of Latin, 3 years of Spanish, and 1 year of Greek. You would also have to take AP classes in English literature, English composition, US history, and calculus. These were not optional. It was too much for me to keep ahead, so my parents moved me to Firm Foundation Christian School for my senior year of high school. Cedar Tree was amazing in its teaching me how to learn, so I excelled in Firm Foundation. I went from low C's in Cedar Tree to low A's at Firm. I was able to finish my senior year without much help from the teachers. I kept to myself and focused on my studies. To the outside, I appeared prideful, not needing or wanting help, when in fact I was confident in my abilities and my process. I work as a swim instructor for kids ages 3 to 11 years old. I can say with confidence that I'm one of the school's best instructors. This is confirmed by the fact that the parents will only schedule their students when I am working. They see the confidence that I have to keep their little ones safe in the water while teaching them aquatic life skills. I'm interchanging the word pride with confidence because I'm very proud of what I do, and it presents itself as confidence. My kids need to see that I'm confident as well as they trust me. I'm the only one that my boss has given the keys to open and close. I'm basically the manager. Galatians 6:4. Each one should test their own actions. Then they take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. 2 Corinthians 7:4. I have spoken to you with great frankness. I take great pride in you. I am greatly encouraged with all our troubles. My joy knows no bounds. So while there are many areas in my life where pride is presented in positive, there are areas in my life where I'm letting the Lord work on regards to pride. While my pride has helped me in work and school, my pride has also hindered me in relationships. I can think easily my way is best and not allowing friends or parents to speak into areas where I need growth and change. Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Proverbs 8:13. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior, and preserve the speech. So what is the measure to this balance? The answer is humility. Pride can make us artificial. Humility makes us real. So how do you incorporate humility? So as I said, for me, my pride comes in a form that I can do it myself and I don't need your help. How I allow humility in this equation is to look past the person to their heart. I tell myself they truly want what's best for me, and maybe they see the situation or problem in a different angle that I'm currently limited in viewing. Didn't Jesus wash the feet of the disciples? Didn't he ride triumphantly into Jerusalem on a donkey? A symbol both of royalty and humility. Keep your eyes on Jesus and do everything unto the Lord, Colossians 3:23. Then humility will flow side by side with confidence. Make it whole, cleanse the soul. Anyone listening, open your heart. Take it over part by part. When pride is a one-sided war, humility and heroes settles the score. Thank you. That was beautiful.
I feel like Jack. Let me go first.
I'll get tea.
Destiny, I feel like you found your voice. Yes. And I felt something over you, this little simple quote that the quiet say much. And I also felt the word author over you. I believe you're going to be an author. You're going to write books, poetry, whatever it is, and it's going to touch people creatively, even if it's through fiction. And that's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of you, and like, I know that I was a lot like you this year, like, you know, you really reached out to me and like tried to be my friend, and sometimes I feel like I was more like standoffish just because I feel like in the same way as you know, like we both just needed to find our voices. I think that like being friends with someone who also like needed to find their voice too scared me a little bit, like in a good way, because of like what you just did. Like I knew you had that in you, and it almost scared me, but like now I'm just even more excited to be your friend and like get to know you more, because you just inspired me a lot. And I wish I wouldn't have let what I knew you had in you almost scare me in a good way. I wish I wouldn't have let that happen, you know, most of the year. But I'm just so glad that like everyone gets to see you for you now, you know?
So not only is it amazing that you stood up and spoke, but your message actually is pretty deep. You know, like I'm sitting here going, it made me look within myself at the balance, you know, that we go through with pride versus humility, and then you've got me asking myself questions about my own life, and then looking at the Jesus riding on a donkey, and you know, the royalty and humility in that. I'm just like, whoa, she's taking me deep. So that was really a good job.
Destiny, I'm so proud of you for going up there. It was like a whole battle for you to be up there, and so I'm just so proud that you did it, and just making it through Immerse. You know, like this is something that you're gonna look back on. Like you completed it, you finished it, and like it's amazing. And I'm just so glad that I get to like be a part of that with you. Like it's the greatest. I mean, I want to say more, but I'm like. I'm having such a hard time, but yeah.
You guys, that's my baby up there.
No.
Ernie, Levon, thanks for having her. Good job. You did great. Destiny Faith, I met you before Immerse. And so when you came to Immerse, I literally, of all the people, I didn't really know much who was coming where, but I actually was like, I want her in my group. I want her in my group. And from the time you've been in our group to now, I have grown because of you. And I know you've grown because of me and the other people in this place. And I just want to thank you for being vulnerable. I want to thank you for going deep. I want to thank you for drawing us in. And I want to thank you for leaving it on the court. For as much as you want to leave it on the court, it wasn't a big thing, but it was a great big thing. And you crushed it. You cooked, you ate, you left no crumbs. Everybody went deep fast. You hit the ground running. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm a young hip teacher, guys. You don't have to understand. But I'm proud of you. I am proud of you in such a big way. And I see you, what Joseph led with with books, and you actually need to not hold yourself back. You need to look at this, even though this was huge and you didn't want to do it and you fought tooth and nail not to, you need to look at this as the floor to where you're going. This needs to become the floor to where you're going, because there's so much in you that you will release in your timing. It won't be a push thing. No one's going to force you to do it. But as you stay in community, because we are community now, as you stay in community, you're going to keep going. And I am a proud Black mama, guys. I hope this is being recorded. I'm a proud Black mama. You are my baby, and I love you. Seriously. Y'all don't know, this is, seriously, she's mine.
A little bit. I'm also really, really proud of you for crossing that chicken line. I know this was really hard for you, but you were vulnerable and it was beautiful. And I love that you included poetry in it. You like signed your name on it. It was great. Good job.
So good. Okay, your message was so deep.
Yes.
And so relevant and so needed in the church right now. And I want to tell you why. Because the world has no problem with successful people that are great. The church is the only place that has a problem with people being great. And I love that you went after both, because this quote I heard yesterday, it just summarized your whole message. And it was, prideful people are loud. The truly confident people are quiet. And they don't have to say as much because they don't need to, because inside they know who they truly are. And that's what I felt as you were speaking, is that you have a true sense of your greatness, and you may not be the loudest student here, but you know who you are. And your creativity, the poetry, the way you put the word together, it was awesome. You did a great job, and I'm proud of you for having the bravery to stand up and do it. Really proud of you. Good job.